Was your pregnancy a wake-up call, or did recovery come later?
Recovery came later. I struggled with my addiction throughout my pregnancy. Like I said, I got sober for a little bit. So let me tell you guys what happened. I gave birth to my son, and the whole time I was giving birth to my son, I was under the influence. I had been up for 5 days when I went into labor. Probably went into labor because I had been up for 5 days, and I was super dehydrated. By the grace of God, I cannot explain to you guys how fortunate I am that my son wasn't ripped from my arms immediately after giving birth. I gave birth to my son, and 2 days later we left the hospital and I took him home. And I stayed sober for about 90 days, white knuckling it. I was trying so hard to stay sober without any kind of like therapy or support. I was struggling with postpartum depression, and about 90 days into it, I relapsed. Got back on drugs, and I was gone to the races, like full-fledged out in my addiction. I'm not proud to admit it, but I would leave my son with my mother-in-law, and I would go off for like 5 days at a time and use drugs. When I finally came to my senses, what didn't he actually come to my senses? My best friend called Child Protective Services on me. CPS came into my life, and they took my son from me, and that's what pushed me really to change my life, was them coming in, taking my son and saying, if you don't change your life, we're going to terminate your rights. And that's when I turned everything around. So recovery came later for me, and I had to go through some really traumatic, terrible, awful events to get to recovery, but I got there, and that's where we're at today.